So we are currently recording.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to the Board of Architectural Review meeting, April 15th. Tonight, we do not have, we have a quorum, but we don't have the full board here. There's 4 out of the 5 of us, which means you'll need 3 of us to approve it. If you're uncomfortable with that, the other board member may be joining later, like at 8:30, but we're not sure about that. But you're welcome to postpone it if you want. But if you don't and we vote, then that's the vote. And then if you don't get a do-over, you'd have to go through the application process again. So that's how that works. This is obviously virtual, not live. So there may be people who would like to comment in the audience or have questions or something, and we would welcome that. But and I'll try to remember to ask if there's any comments, but if I forget, please make yourself known, raise your hand, and Amber can let you in. And I would also ask that if you are if you're an applicant, please, sign on when it's your project is up. Don't just like have your architect sign on and then not sign on. And then if there's an issue, then try to be raising your hand and get signed on and all, because we've had issues with that and you don't get heard. And then, we may decide, and you may not like what we decide. And so please, you don't have to say anything, but make sure that you are on the call when your application is being heard. And with that, I think that we can get started. So we'll start with the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Has everyone had a chance to read them? And does anybody have any questions, comments, edits?
No,
other things?
not here.
All right. If we're all good, could I get a
I
motion?
motion.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
motion.
I second.
Okay. Any opposed?
No.
Okay. Minutes are approved and we can get started. So the first application is 594 Alder Road.
And if you could raise your hand, I can promote you to.
An issue here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
we can see you as well.
I'm sorry, I'm having a technical issue with my pool designer is with me. He can't dial in for some reason. So I have him on my phone in case there's any questions, and I can relay the questions to him.
Okay, could you, and you're the owner?
I'm the owner, yes.
Okay. All right, so that's unfortunately he couldn't dial in.
Is there a dial-in number I can have him call so he could just be on the phone
Amber?
portion?
Yes, it's at the top of the agenda. So that is
Hang on, Wayne.
646.
Hang on. Wayne, are you listening? It's 646. Yes.
It's on the agenda. I don't know if you have the agenda.
Wayne. I can, but I need the password. And the password is 028720. That's what I dialed and it's saying incorrect. He said he tried 028720 and it says incorrect number.
Dennis, do you know what you dialed to dial in?
Hang on, they're checking the password for you.
Yeah, 028720 and then it reads you back to 720.
He said, can you guys see there's another password? He said it won't accept that password.
I don't know of another.
All right, so I got one for you.
Hold on, we're giving you a new password.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
No problem. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So you have the direct phone number ready. It is 9936
What is it? 99?
36
Yes.
4606
Okay.
921.
Okay, Wayne, 9936 4606 921.
That's the password. Got it.
That's the meeting ID it says on the.
No, that's the meeting ID. That's the Zoom meeting ID. Try that one.
Okay, very good.
9936 4606 921. Try that.
I'll call you right back.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, you could start with me if you want to, and then if he comes in, we could, have him join in if it's questions regarding the pool itself.
Okay. So normally you would share the drawings on the screen.
Okay, hang on one second. And I loaded them up. Hold on a second, please. Where is this? I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, is it up?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you want to walk us through it then?
Okay, so, all right, so I will walk you through my portion, and then if Wayne joins, he would be more technical. So I have contracted with a builder to build a in-ground gunite pool. The pool company I've chosen is Shoreline Pools. They've designed the pool for me. The previous home had a pool here before, so there was a pool in the past. It has been designed, the length of the pool is approximately 30, it's about 38 by 15. It's going to be in the center of my backyard. There's going to be a bluestone deck that's going to surround it. The majority of the deck is going to be where you can see kind of on the right side of the diagram. Very little deck in the back because that's more like goes to the back of my yard where my backyard trees are. And very little deck over on the left side, if any. I have a beautiful Japanese maple there, and I did not want to disturb that. I actually kind of designed the pool around my Japanese maple because I wanted to keep that. So there's deck on three sides, and then there's a fire pit that's going to be installed that comes out of the back of my house, and you can kind of see there's a circular area there. And that's basically on an architectural design. That's it. Over by the side of my wood deck, my existing wood deck, I currently have a generator. In that area, they're going to put my pool equipment. I'm going to have that done with screening. That was actually the only area that would work in the property. So that's where we placed it. That's going to be all professionally screened with either with landscaping or even like maybe a small fence that covers it up. And pretty much, I mean, that's the design. There's going to be some additional shrubbery and bushes that I'm adding in the back corner. I'm adding them on both sides. I already have fencing because there was a previous pool here before. Based on the survey, the fencing is, on my property, most of it, and if not all of it, but in the back of the yard, because there was some soil erosion, I'm just going to extend the fence higher, the existing fence, to make sure that it meets code. But that fence is, for the most of that fence is behind my trees. And that's kind of the overview.
You said the fence is existing. It's that stockade fence?
Yeah, it's a stockade fence. Yes, there's existing fence that goes along the back of the property. It was there from the previous pool. There's a combination of a couple fences. There's a wood fence on one side, there's a stockade fence, and then there's more like a decorative fence. But the actual fence is there because the previous pool obviously had it. I'm adding on my diagram here, right up where you see my my mouse, I'm adding fence here on the entryway on the side, and then I may have to add fence over here on the other side, and then I have to extend my fence a little bit from where the old, stockade fence ends to the end of, the corner of the house. So I'm going to add additional fencing there, obviously, so the whole backyard is fenced in.
So since we're talking about fences, is a chain link fence okay on new code? I thought it wasn't because you can climb right up it, but I need confirmation on that from Dennis.
So all code related items, once it becomes a building permit, then I'll work that out with the applicant.
Okay.
Okay.
The other thing, Dennis, I noticed, well, before I say that, tell me about the fire pit.
So the fire pit and that I wish I could give you more. I'm going to add my builder on now on because he's the designer of that. I am no expert on the fire pit. He's waiting on a call, so he could probably answer more technically on the fire pit. I can't answer that, but he's waiting for the call, and I can put him on right now. I know more about the pool itself.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Brian, I'm on the Zoom call. Could you just talk a little bit? This is my general contractor who's doing my pool. Brian, could you just talk a little more in detail about the fire pit? Because I technically don't know enough about that.
Sure. What's the question?
They just said, tell us about.
Right, all we can see is a circle on the plan, so whatever you tell us is news to us.
Sure. There's an elbow that comes off the gas line that supplies the hot water heater for the pool. It splits to the fire pit, and the fire pit's composed of bluestone, recessed in, and the element is gas fired.
Okay, so it's a bluestone patio kind of a thing with a fire pit in the middle?
Well, it's a bluestone surround that's elevated to the height per the code.
I see. Okay, and then so if you want to hang out at the fire pit, you just pull a chair up in the grass. Is that what you do?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
So the second circle doesn't mean anything. There are two circles, right? What I thought it was like a deck area, or we see two circles.
What's the
right?
diameter? What's the
Actually,
diameter
three
of the-
circles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the diameter of the fire pit?
Hold on. Let me pull up the drawings.
He's pulling up the drawings now.
While you're pulling them up, and again, I guess this is a code question, but I thought you couldn't have a gas line near Coltec because the ground isn't full. So if you have a gas leak, it's going to blow your whole backyard, isn't it?
Well, I think that's a question for the engineer. I don't think we go against code like that. Let me just pull up the drawings. Hold on.
Well, you know what is important to us is to be able to see what it looks like. And right now, I just see three circles. That's all. There's no more information. I mean, I understand this is an engineering drawing. It's all about the stormwater management, plan and details. But from our point of view, I think we're more focused into,
Okay.
what is it? How does it look like? What materials are we using? What's the height? And I don't see any of that information. So maybe you can help us with this.
Yeah, do you guys have a 3D rendering? Usually the pool companies provide that, I think.
I have the drawing in front of me now, and I understand your concerns. No, there's no 3D rendering. We certainly can provide one, but this is just a freestanding fire pit that's built of bluestone to the height of code with a bluestone cap. So we can certainly provide a 3D rendering, but we don't have one.
Well, for a start, just how big is it?
It's approximately 42 inches inside to inside.
4 feet in diameter.
Mhm.
It just sits freely, and
3.6.
there's no paving or patio around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other circle,
And Dennis,
Yes.
the reason I'm kind of bringing this up too is that the stuff that they show on the zoning analysis exactly equals the maximum allowable. So, there isn't any room for any further coverage. I don't know if a fire pit counts or not, but I'm just pointing it out to the building inspector. That there is no, the pool, the patio, the deck, the house uses up all of the available coverage.
I know that, I know that because when I was working on the design with the engineers, the pool, the deck coverage for the pool has been shrunk down because to stay within the limits of the coverage. That's why
Okay.
some of the deck is thinner on some of the sides. Not only did I save the maple tree, but I went to the below the code limit on the coverage of the surface area.
And that's good. That's fine. I'm just sort of pointing out to the building inspector that, so he knows that, something else, if something else appears, it's a red flag.
Yes.
Right, I understand.
So I do have a question. The distance from the rear of the property to the pool, it looks like it's indicated as 20 feet.
I just, hold on.
I think that's right. I'm looking at the drawing. I think that is 20 feet. That's right.
Okay, and you're in R10, correct?
Yes,
Brian?
it's R10.
R10. And he's pulling up the drawing.
Has this gone to zoning prior?
Yeah, this has gone to zoning, yes.
Okay, so you had the approval for the, because you guys are outside the setback. So the setback in that area is 30 feet and you're 20 feet. Let me just double check. Yeah, so the rear would be 30 feet.
That's right.
And you're 20. So they gave you a variance for the pool?
I'm not sure about that. I would have to take back to the engineers that submitted the plan. I'm not sure about that.
Well, you'll need a variance. If you need a variance, you need a variance. Oh,
No, hold on. The drawing I was looking at, the pool is 20 feet from the property line, not 30. Hold on. There have been a couple of revisions here.
Brian, are you able to pull up the most recent one, Brian?
I'm having computer problems, Gary. Can you please email me the most recent drawing?
Okay, hold on a second. Okay.
And if you'd like to check the agenda that's on the website, the documents should be available. So if that's easier for you, I can just share screen. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, but he can't, he's not on
Okay.
he's not on the Zoom. Unfortunately, he couldn't add to the Zoom. He's out. So let me see if I can send him the most updated slide for this.
would it be better for us to give you guys some chance to regroup and then come back to it?
Could we come back a little later in the meeting? That would be great.
Yes, yeah. Why don't we do that?
All right, so yeah, come back to us. So let me send it to him and then come back to us.
All right, you guys work it out. I think the question, I guess, you say, it's okay on coverage. Dennis is asking about if you have a variance for the encroachment on the rear yard setback.
He has the drawing. He brought it up. He's got it up. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. My
Go back.
computer's cooperating.
okay.
The pool, the edge of the coping, 20 feet to the inside edge of the coping from the property line.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
No problem. From the property line, from the rear property line to the inside edge of the coping on the proposed pool, we have 20 feet exactly.
Mm.
Okay, and I think Dennis is saying that the minimum rear yard setback is 30 feet, so you would need a zoning variance, and the question is, do you have a zoning variance?
The answer to that is no.
So, and the variance would be for the patio, not so much for the pool. So the rear yard setback for the pool, I believe, is 6 at the minimum. I'll have to double check that, but the patio would have to be set in stone dust. And give me 2 more minutes. I'm looking at the code right now.
Is that correct?
Yes, the patio would have to be set in stone dust.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, so it's okay for the pool where it is, Dennis, but the patio has to be not permeable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple more minutes. I want to be certain.
So we're showing temporary soil now, and then grass obviously over the top. So you want to say a fire pit? Is that right? Hey, Carrie.
Hold on, Wayne. I added you to a call. Stay there. Brian, were you speaking?
Yeah, I don't know. Something just happened with the line.
Are you still here, everybody?
I am.
Okay, we're still on. They were asking a question. Can you answer?
I need the question repeated. The phone cut out.
Are you guys, can you hear my general contractor?
Yes.
Okay, what were you asking? Because he cut out for a second.
Dennis had a question about the setback, but I think he was looking something up.
Okay,
Dennis is the building inspector, by the way. Assistant building inspector. But
You guys can continue with the questions of the fire pit and so forth. I'm gonna keep looking. I'll get back to you.
okay. Okay, so the fire pit, and well, it'd be nice to know what it looked like. It sounds like it's basically lawn furniture, but what is this fence in the front then? Is that chain link? Is that, or what's chain link? I'm not sure what the fence is made out of.
Okay, so the fence on the side, on each side, is made of chain link. The fence on the rear is actually stockade, and there are 2 access doors, and those are made of wood.
Okay, and the fence contains the access door. So there's a wood fence. I mean, this is a Board of Architectural Review, so we care what it looks like, and what the neighbors will experience. And so you can see the 2 gates. So what do they look like? I mean, it'd be nice to have a picture. You're supposed to have pictures and samples and things,
I was not aware of that.
Well, it's in all the material that you got about the requirements for what you're supposed to submit. But I guess you got to read it. But anyway.
Okay, so we're supposed to have 3D renderings.
No, you don't need 3D renderings. You need photographs. You need plans. You need elevations, and you need an architectural site plan. And
Finishes.
you need samples of materials, which you can't do by Zoom. So pictures of materials, I guess.
Okay, I understand completely. We were relying on our engineer, and I think that we're ill prepared. So my apologies. Okay, I understand what's required. Okay.
No, it's not such a huge deal that I don't think that we can't not work around it. But let's try. For a start, what does the fence look like?
Well, so no problem. The fences on either side are existing, and they're stockade fences. The fence on the rear is partially chain link, and if you see on the plan, there's a section on the other side which is stockade. So it's on the rear property line. It's sort of 2 fences sandwiched together. Our side is chain link, and the neighbors is stockade.
Okay, and what about the gates?
Gates are wooden gates to match sort of the stockade fencing, and they're
Okay, so it is stockade fencing then that turns the corner and meets the house.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so if you're standing on the street and looking at the house, you would see on either side of the house a 4-foot stockade fence with a gate.
That's right, and a latch, exactly, a matching latch.
Okay. And, okay, so that's really what,
That the applicant provided, which were added to the package.
yeah. Okay,
Yes, you'd see a 4-foot self-latching stockade fence, equally matching on both sides of the house.
okay. All right, and so then there's the other questions, Dennis is gonna check on the coverage if, well, you have adequate, coverage is okay as long as you don't add anything. The rear yard setback, some question about that, but, Dennis has to look something up, so not sure, but obviously you'll have to meet zoning code. And if it doesn't comply, you would have to get a zoning variance. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? A neighbor has raised some objection about the stormwater management. And I don't know, have you seen that?
We have not.
We have not seen that objection.
It was addressed to the planning board, which we are not, but I guess-
That was already reviewed at the planning board.
okay.
Are you talking about the neighbor with the sinkhole? Is that the sinkhole issue again?
Yes, the documents, so when I carried over your application from the planning board agenda, the documents are already attached with what you've submitted to the planning board onto this agenda. So there may be documents that are superfluous to this board's purview that were presented at the planning board.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So just trying to make sure we covered all the bases. Okay, so I would ask the other board members, if you're comfortable voting on it, not seeing more than this description that we have, if you're okay with that, or if you're not.
I won't be voting. I'm going to abstain as of right now. I just don't have enough clarity on what is meeting code and what isn't, and then what the finishes are to be able to feel confident in a vote.
I agree. I think it would be very helpful to have any sort of finishes, renderings, just more information. All we have are the line drawings.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
that-
I think we just need to, at least, we don't have any package that is an architectural package. And by that, I'm saying, what's the material of the deck? What is the coping of the pool? What
What
does
color is the gunite? What?
Right, what is the fire pit made out? How does it
bluestone,
look
but
like?
What color is it, right?
all right. So
So
then I get,
typically, yeah, we need that type of information.
all right, so the gist of it then is that rather than vote and have you go through the whole application process again, I think the suggestion is to defer it, have you come back with more information, which you should be able to do fairly quickly and easily, I would think. And then we can, I wouldn't anticipate necessarily there being an issue unless there's some zoning issue or something. But I think, we just kind of need to see more what you're doing than just an engineering line drawing.
Yeah, and the fence, the material, the color, all the kind of information that will help us.
That's fine. I completely understand what you're looking for. Thank you very much for explaining it to us. We'll be very well prepared next time.
Okay, so you understand, I mean, nothing fancy, but you know, an architectural plan, you know, the planning board, the Harbor Zone Coastal Minutes, they need to know all about the other stuff. We need to primarily know what it's going to look like, and particularly how it will look from the street and from the neighbors' houses. So any kind of photographs and materials that would show that kind of stuff is what we are primarily going to be concerned with. We raised the zoning issues and stuff like that just because if there are issues, you want to know about them and you have to fix them. So you don't want to be surprised after you're ready to build.
I understand. I completely understand. Okay. We'd like to be on the agenda as quickly as possible. We can get all of the information required relatively quickly. So I'll leave it to Gary.
The next meeting is the first Tuesday in May, which is what, I don't know what date that is. It says on here, I think. May 4th. So
Fine.
you can get on by May 4th. Amber and Barbara can help you with getting that done. And in the meantime, I guess Dennis will be clear on the setback issue.
Chair, if I may, I have two more questions that we can have ready for the next meeting as well, or they can reach me after the meeting at this number, or they can find my email on the website. The impervious surface ratio for the entire property, and what the percentage of pool cover is just for the rear yard.
Okay, do you have
The plan is off. Yeah, the plan is off screen, so I don't know if it was in their table of calculation.
Well, they had a separate table of also besides the plan. So I don't know if it was on there or not, but just to be clear that, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the applicant's name. Gary. Okay, so just so that you're clear what he's asking, he wants to know the coverage of just the pool to the backyard. The pool relative to the backyard, right, Dennis? And the other is the total impervious surface.
Okay, we can get that.
And if you need to follow up with Dennis to get clarification on these questions, you can call him at the building department.
Okay.
No problem. We understand.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll work on that.
Thank you very much.
We'll have everything for the next meeting.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you. Okay. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Hello. Let me leave this. Hold on, Brian. I need to leave this call.
Okay. Or let me know when we're ready to go to the next one.
Well, I think we have someone in the audience who has their hand raised. I don't know if they're looking to speak.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that since we're deferring it anyway, but go ahead and have them ask their question.
This is Sandy Schwartz. We live at 595, where the house that adjoins in the back to this property. And just a point of interest, there is a 4-foot, very old chain link fence between the properties. The stockade fence is on my property and it's coming down because it's very old and falling apart. So there is actually no stockade fence on Kligerman's property. And there's a short, old chain link fence, which makes me a little uneasy about safety and also noise abatement.
Okay.
And it's ugly,
Wow.
rusty.
Okay. I think that the applicants are not on the call anymore, but duly noted. There's a question if a chain link fence is code or not. I don't know.
It's old and not very attractive looking. And as far as,
See.
yeah. But the stockade fence is on our property and it's a small part and has to come down. It's in very bad condition.
Okay,
We just bought the property, so we're
okay,
trying to make it look a little better.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
your feedback.
Thank you.
So perhaps there really isn't a fence.
Yeah, and she said it was short too, which means
Speak of.
it's possibly not,
Mhm.
so I don't know if a chain link fence is code or not, and I also don't know if it's high enough. And it also sounds like it's
Old.
old and unattractive. So, okay. All right. Pardon me?
MS, we couldn't hear.
We'll take care of that once it's a full submission
Okay.
Yeah, we
and
have
make
to,
sure the fences are good and make sure it's not in disrepair.
right, and then also it, it needs to be reasonably attractive too.
Agreed. Mhm.
Okay. Amber, you might, since they were off the call, you might later just reach out to them and point out that we understand that stockade fence is coming down. And so we'll want to see what the chain link fence looks like as well. All right. Well, that was more difficult than it needed to be. So can we move to 1260 Flagler then?
Hello, everyone, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Well,
I'm here.
the first one got deferred, so
Mhm.
we couldn't do it without you, Andrew.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
I got the point.
You missed all the fun.
Yeah, okay. We're on live. We're being recorded, so it's fine.
Sorry, so are we moving on to 1260?
Yes. I was waiting
Yeah.
for you to let me know. It's okay. Okay, so 1260 Flagler then, yeah.
So if the applicant could please raise their hand, I can promote them to panelists. Thank you. You appear to be on mute, Rick.
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm going to point out that we do have a full board now. Andrew has joined us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is a project, the scope of which is interior renovation, but the exterior is window related only. So let's, I'll share the photographs to start. So we just see the context of the project. So this is 1260 Flagler Drive from the side of the water, the Long Island Sound. So I'm not sure if you can see my cursor.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So this is the area where there'll be new sliding glass doors. The intent is to open the ground floor up with an open floor plan. Left-hand, the neighbor's locations are here and on the right here. Not a big impact on the neighbors. This is from the side. In the front, there's no change in the front. or the side. This is the property on the front side, the right side, the front. This is the left-hand side of the house as it exists. The front garage. This is the rear. This would be the wall where the windows would be replaced and new ones added. You also see the relationship of the neighbor, the right-hand neighbor looking from the street. This would be the right-hand neighbor. Looking the other direction, this is the left-hand neighbor looking again from the street, left-hand.
It's like a stockade fence with a chain link fence.
Yeah, they got both.
There's a theme tonight. Okay. And the rear. So this gives you a good idea of basically, the extent of what we're proposing is this wall, the rear wall. The windows above will remain. And let's look at the drawings. Okay, so this is the floor plan. The front of the property is down sheet and the rear of the property is up sheet. So the windows in question are in this location across the rear of the house. You can see the rationale, the open plan is part of the interior work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sliding doors, and then bracketed by 2 casement, full height casement windows. In addition, there's a single window on the side that'll accommodate a new kitchen. This is the rear. I'm sorry, this is the front of the property. No changes. This is the right side of the house. No changes. This is the rear, which we're discussing tonight. So you have the 6 new sliding door windows and the 2 fixed, operable casement windows to the left and the right. And again, the existing windows on the second floor remain as they are. The left-hand side of the house, this is the new window in the kitchen in this location. And these are some of the details for the windows. And then give you an idea, just give you kind of a quick idea. The manufacturer is Fleetwood Windows. This is their product. It's a beautiful product. Very slim sight lines, if you will, that that relates to the thickness of the frames.
Are you extending the deck or not? Not at all.
I'm sorry.
Are you also extending the deck?
No.
No.
No, the existing patio will remain for the for the extent of this project.
Yeah. Okay.
You're on mute, Bill.
I'm sorry.
Could you show the rear elevation again?
Sure. And this is the product shot for the Fleetwood product.
It's a nice looking product.
Yeah, very nice.
Mhm.
So you want to see the rear elevation, is that correct?
Yeah. Okay. So a couple questions. If these are doors, right?
Yes.
So that means you step out on the one side on the deck and on the other side on it's a drop of a foot or so, I guess.
Correct. So there would be hardware to fix those lights until the project is in phases. So the intention is to extend the patio at a future date.
Okay.
So at the present time, for this presentation for this phase of the project, there'd be hardware that would lock out.
Prevent them from using, yeah.
My other question is on the siding, and it might just be the way things are rendering. It looks like right now you have cedar shakes everywhere on the photographs. And this is like, there's vertical lines and horizontal lines. On the side it's horizontal, on the front it's vertical. What's going on with the siding?
It'd be siding to match the existing.
So it's just rendering. Sometimes you do it vertically and sometimes horizontally for clarity.
Well, this is roof shingle.
No, I meant on the side of the house, they're horizontal lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that may be, an error in the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So the intention,
Yeah.
The intention is the horizontal siding
Yeah.
comes
Right.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe the vertical goes only on the second level. I can see. It looks like it's more consistent, the vertical siding on the
On the dormer.
upper floor. Yes.
And the
Right, on the dormers, yeah.
I think it's all
Right.
shakes. I think it's sometimes sideways. I mean, it's just shakes, really. It shakes, right, on the photograph, as I recall?
Yeah, it's just shakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait a second. It looks like I'm looking at the pictures right now. And it looks like there is maybe some vertical striations on the upper level. It's weird. I can't quite tell what that finish is. There's no horizontal shadows. That would be from
Oh, yeah, so it's a different material on the top.
yeah,
So it's, on the bottom, it's
Stucco?
shakes, and on the top it is.
it looks like stucco or something.
Yeah.
But I think
it
it's
does.
vertical. I think it's vertical. Like, I don't know, what do you call that stuff? Board and batten without the.
Not really.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a vertical.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's tongue and groove. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks more like TNG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're here. Oh, you can't even see. Yeah.
So the siding on the house, the siding on the side is just different.
Yeah, but here in the rear, the upper level is vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's what's there anyway. It's just the
Uh-huh.
sides are different
Yeah.
from the front and the back. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Is what it is.
Strange.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it looks good. I mean, it's going to be nice. The first floor, all the connection with the exterior of the
Yeah.
pool, the water.
I'm guessing we're going to be seeing you again for phases 2 and 3 and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely looks clean and nice. And thank you for sharing such a succinct program with us. That was very nice.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any more questions or comments from the board?
I have none.
No.
Okay. Are there any people in the audience that want to be heard, Amber?
So I do see one person raising their hand. I will promote them to panelist.
Okay.
You need to unmute yourself in order to speak.
Hi, it's Susan Milstein, and I'm sitting here with my husband Ira. We live at 1240 Flagler Drive. So when you are looking at 1260, we are the house on the left. Two questions. First of all, we have never received notice of this meeting. The first week was Tuesday morning when our housekeeper saw the sign posted next door. I believe, and I may be wrong, but neighbors are to receive 5 days notice prior to the architectural review board meeting.
So actually it is 3 days after the application is deemed complete. So it's been village practice to get that done usually within 5 days at least, but that's not as per code. It's within 3 days of the application being deemed complete. There's also no mailing notification requirement for the Board of Architectural Review.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's what we had heard from our architect. I appreciate that. And I want to also thank you for your really thorough questions, but I do have a question regarding, and my husband is sitting next to me, built our house 50 years ago. So we see this house quite often, finishes on it. There are brick in the front, there are cedar shake, there are the batten. That be maintained in one color, or will, I'm sort of unclear as to what the finish on the house will be.
It'll be one color.
And the finish will be maintained that are there now?
That's correct.
Yeah, well, I mean, they will have to make another application, I take it, when they give you the siding and answer I think your question, the roll of questions I would have asked, namely, what kind of vertical, horizontal, cedar, or what? I mean, we are the next door neighbor, and I'm sure the other next door neighbor has the same question. So I presume that in due course, your next application will give us an idea of what on the outside.
My understanding, Mr. Milstein, and I'll say what I think I heard, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, is that the only siding that would be affected for this application is the siding in the area of the rear sliding doors that are being added, and that siding will be the same as the siding that was there previously, which is the vertical tongue and groove white painted wood material, which you said would match.
And the windows facing the door that's being replaced facing our house, will that be this, William, will that be the same siding that's there now?
Yes, yeah, it's a repair to match existing.
Thank you, Rick.
And the same is true with respect to the front of the house? You maintain the same siding?
Wait, could you repeat the question?
The front of the house.
The front of the house, as I understand it, the question you were asked prompted the answer that the only thing that's going to change is the rear of the house facing the sound. That means the other three sides stay the same way they are now in terms of siding. Do I have that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Are you good, Mr. and Mrs. Milstein?
Yes, thank you much.
You bet. Okay. Are there any other questions, Amber?
I do not see anyone who wishes to speak.
Okay. Then.
Hi, this is Assistant Building Inspector Dennis Strogan. So just a quick note, on those doors that are leading outside to the pool, each one will need to be alarmed. So an alarm must sound when any of those doors open. And if those windows are operable and they're large enough for someone to fit through, they will need to be alarmed as well.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So just, if it's going to be added to your design feature, but I'll have to see that later on once the permit comes through.
Yes, understood.
Okay.
It's actually kind of interesting in that you have a whole Long Island Sound you could fall into, I guess. But
Ironic. All right, I'm good to motion if we're at that point.
I think we are.
I'll
Yes,
motion.
and I second.
Okay. Is anyone opposed?
No.
No,
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right. So Amber, when ready, I guess we're up to 1503 Fairway Green.
Hi, good evening. My name is Paula Tomisaki. I am representing the project for the renovation on 1503 Fairway Green. I will share my screen now. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So,
Can I just interrupt 1 second?
sure.
I hadn't noticed this, but this is a very close friend of mine, so I'm just going to recuse myself from the vote.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The applicant is?
Yeah, the applicant is, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so should I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, so 1503 Fairway Green is this unit that we are highlighting, part of like this community area. We are doing an interior renovation on the first floor, and as part of the renovation on the second floor, we are proposing a very small addition of 100 square feet for a bathroom and a closet for this existing bedroom. So I will show you now kind of like the proposed elevation. The proposal addition on this side of the house will be seen just as an extension of the roof. Like that is what we can see here in the elevation. On the other side of the house is that we are adding here part over the existing laundry area and mudroom and part over the existing garage. I have created this render representation to show you basically here we have the existing condition view of the house. For the render representation, we remove the tree. We have no plans to remove the tree. We just did it so you could see in clarity what is the proposal about. So we are not doing, we are not removing this tree. So basically our addition will be here behind the tree on this area. And you can see clearly here, the window is for the bathroom. We don't have windows for the closet area. And the intention for this addition is to respect the spirit of the community and the existing house. So all the materials that are proposed for the exterior of the house are exactly the same and in the same color as existing. So we are using the same type of asphalt shingle roof in kind of a terracotta color. The siding will be the vertical siding in the same color. We have like these taupe gray dark frames that we are repeating in the only window that we are adding. And we will extend the gutters and leaders and also make them in the same color of the existing house that you can see slightly here. So basically our intention is try for this small addition to look seamless. And that's basically it. I have more drawings that I have presented for the existing condition elevations, but I think this is the only piece of our proposal that is really having any impact on the neighbor. So.
That's a very easy to understand drawing. Thank you for that, the rendering.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, I am happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Does anybody on the board have any questions?
No,
No.
I'm just wondering, only because I appreciated your presentation so much. Are you the architect or
Yes,
just so I know
I am,
who I'm
yes.
affiliating? Okay.
Yes, so my name is like in the board. So yes, this is me, the architectural
perfect.
design.
Okay. That is all the board questions.
Yep,
Amber, are
it
there
looks very nice.
any questions, comments from other people in the audience?
I do not see anyone who wishes to speak.
I'm just curious, just one question. Why
Yes.
wouldn't you put a window in the closet? Like, it's a walk-in closet and a bathroom. Oh, okay. So there's
Yeah.
not one in the bathroom. Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, so the window is to be like on top of the toilet, and then next will be the sinks, and we want a mirror, and then the shower. And then on the other side, we will have the walk-in closet without any windows because we want to maximize the interior storage in the walls.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
It looks good, pretty clean to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
looks fine.
It respects all the profile and the roof lines and
Yeah.
everything.
Yep, I agree. Okay, you want a motion to vote?
I do. I
Okay.
motion.
I second.
Anyone opposed? Okay, very good. Thank you. That was a very clear presentation.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
the
much.
approval. Okay.
Thank
have a
you.
good night.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Okay. So I guess that then brings us to 542 North Wagner.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mm.
Hi, good evening. Hi. So I'm
Hello.
presenting 542 Wagner Avenue. I'm the permit coordinator from Momentum Solar. I'm representing Cameron Christensen. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Mhm.
You said you represented Karen Christensen? Is that?
Yeah, he's the applicant of this project.
Oh, it says on the agenda that the applicant is George Cooper.
On the building application, it says the applicant is Cameron Christensen. But yeah, let me go ahead and show the picture of the home. If it loads. But this is 10.5 kW system size for 30 panels on this home. It's 18 pitch degree roof, so it's relatively flat. This is the overhead view of the roof. Let's see. So this is like a aerial view of the projected panels.
Just as a matter of interest, I noticed in the title block of the drawing, it says George Cooper as well. So I don't know who Christensen is.
So to clarify, the applicant of record is with the solar company. George Cooper is the owner of the property.
I see. So Christensen would be the solar company applicant. I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the front of the home. So the panels won't really be visible from street level. And also on the agenda, it says it'll be for 18 panels, but this is actually for 30 panels.
Mm. Okay. What color are they going to be?
They're
Black
all
or-
black. Yeah, black.
Okay.
So what we're looking at is what is gonna be installed? Because I can't tell 100%, but on page 6 of the 30-page document, it looks like some are shaded and some aren't, and I didn't know if that meant.
Oh, because this is a like a 2-meter home. So it's a 2-family home. So
Oh, okay.
like this is like
Oh.
the first floor owners panels, and this is the second floor
Oh.
owners panels.
Oh,
That's why.
Oh.
And that's why there's the 18 panels on the agenda, because it's like that's for one homeowner, but it's actually 30 total.
Okay. It seemed like a lot of panels, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And both homeowners are in on the, like, there's only one on the document, but both are applying. Everything's.
I'm not
coded
sure if
through with
it's,
that?
I think it's one homeowner, but just a 2-meter system.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe you could show that picture of the front of the house again, just for real quick. Uh-huh. One door. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So it's a 2-family home. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe,
I
I'm
thought
not
it might
sure.
have been a 2-family home, but there's only one door.
Yeah.
So I guess they just have an apartment or 2 doors or something. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, the main thing is noted here is that they're not visible. So energy efficiency doesn't seem to have much impact on anything. Be my view.
Are there photos from the back of the house? I can't remember.
Yes, if this image loads for me. Can I have my coworker share it? I don't know why mine is not loading.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I'm also an operations coordinator with Momentum Solar. I'm going to try and share mine as well. One moment.
On the back of the home is just trees, and then there's like a railroad.
Yeah, I have the image in 1 second.
I think the railroad probably addresses Cindy's concern.
Probably does, right?
Yeah, I saw the railroad. Yes.
Yeah,
Are you removing any? You're not removing any trees, I take it?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, comments from the board? Okay. How about from the audience, Amber?
I do not see anyone raising their hand indicating that they wish to speak.
Okey doke. Then I guess we could take a motion to vote. Anybody? Okay.
I'll second that.
Any opposed? Okay, very good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good to go.
Just to clarify, this is for 30 panels, right?
30, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I'm not sure. The drawings all show 30 panels, so and that's what I'm going to be stamping. If the application doesn't show the correct number, I don't know. Does that have to be updated, Amber? Or?
Yes, we faxed over a correct number on the application.
Yeah, I see. Dennis, did you want to say something?
I do. So the application that you submitted, in the beginning you said there was 18 on it?
Yes, there's a bit of a typo. I just faxed it over today.
Okay, okay. And then the address is 542 Wagner?
Yes, 542 Wagner Avenue.
And did you say you faxed it to the building department?
Yes, I sent that to the building department.
North Wagner, if that makes a
Yeah.
difference,
North
Yeah.
Wagner,
Thank
yes.
you.
It's North.
North
Wagner.
Wagner.
because it's on the other side, right?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure we had, you know, if it was North or Wagner, because there's no 542 Wagner.
Yeah. North-
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I think that that's that then. Okay. Thank you, Aaron. And forgot her name. So any, I guess that's, I guess we could take a motion to adjourn then. That's all there is, right?
Yeah. Okay,
That-
I motion.
that's a pretty high-funded motion.
Thank you for your hospitality today. And,
Okay,
If I can have 2 minutes with the board after the meeting's over.
okay.
Okay.
So, and well, we got to vote on adjourning. Any opposed?
I vote.
Okay, we're adjourning. So Amber, you can turn off the little red